Is it because on a very deep level you don't trust men? You don't trust that there can be a strong man that can support you, that you can rely on?
Being vulnerable with people is hard.
I just feel like we live in a world nowadays where a lot of people, no matter the gender, don't feel protected. Don't feel like being in a relationship with someone. Look at it this way: the fundamental behind a relationship, a marriage, is that you're with someone that's going to hold you down. You're with someone that makes it, my pardon for that one. You're with someone that makes you feel as if you're going to provide for you. You're with someone that you feel like is going to look after you. You're with someone that you feel like is always going to prioritize you. And, you know, you're going to be with someone that's never going to take advantage of your kindness. Always going to appreciate your time, all that stuff. But nowadays, we seem to come across a lot of relationships, and this doesn't mean that the world is mostly filled with this, but we come across a lot of it within our own vicinities, right? And that is that we come across a lot of relationships where people are taking others for granted. People are, you know, obviously cheating. And it's so sad, you know? It's so sad because it's as if like people are getting into relationships with the wrong people. And then once they're in the relationship with the wrong person, instead of walking away and be like, you're not the person for me, they'd rather just be unloyal. It's just so sad because so many people just don't have a backbone to walk away from someone that they don't want to be with. So they would rather break that person's heart, break that person's trust, and pretty much ruin that person for the next relationship. And it's so sad. That's why we live in a world where mental health is a big thing. And so many people have to go on self-care journeys, which, to be fair, sadly, a lot of people don't even do self-care journeys anyway. People rather sit there complaining and moaning about how life is this and how men are that and how women are this. Hey, man, this is Michelle. Get into it.
Last guy that I seriously dated was cheating on me. And I was like, no, that can't be it. Don't bring it up. And finally, I did.
So sad. So sad. You know, and I feel like that's one of the things that really sucks a lot, though. When you're with someone, you feel like they're not being loyal to you. You feel like there's something that they're doing that just doesn't feel pure, feel genuine. And then you find that your gut was right. I think one of the worst things in life sometimes is being right. Being right in things that you want to be wrong in. But at the same time, though, sometimes you can be wrong in the things that. But sometimes you can have a gut that tells you that this person is doing something that is unloyal, but then turns out that they're not. And the reason why you have that in your mind is because of trauma. That's why people should never carry trauma. Trauma's not the word. That's why people should never carry baggage from a previous relationship to a new one, because you don't want to ruin something with someone that is actually good for you. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's good to cleanse before you go into the next relationship. Hey, man. I feel her pain. I get it. I completely get it.
You're extremely hard on yourself. You have very high standards of all people around you, including men, especially men. Michelle, unconsciously, is trying to have control.
You know what, though? I really do love this Katerina. I think she's a freaking gem, to be honest with you. She really listens to the person and really tries to break down and help them as well.
Control over men so that she doesn't fall into disappointment and so that she doesn't get hurt. I would love Michelle.
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense for her to want to have more control in a relationship, but it's not healthy. I feel like, to be honest with you, when people go into relationships, no one should be seeking control of the relationship. People should always be seeking a middle ground. And having a middle ground is always going to be perfect. So it's always going to be better because at least you know you're in a relationship where you're both willing to listen to each other. You're both willing to grow with each other. You're both willing to help each other. You're, you know, everything that involves we. But when somebody's trying to dictate the relationship, it never ends well. And that's something that she needs to come out of.
To see her vulnerability as her strength. So
I love that. See her vulnerability as a strength. That's exactly who I am. Let's continue.
Necessarily make all the funny jokes in the beginning. You have to be that kind of person.
I had a very...
So this is Michael. My biggest issue with Michael is that he was refusing to kind of jump in with her sense of humor or her banter. I feel like she was nervous. And I feel like this guy... Listen, when it came to the date, did she do her best job? Maybe not necessarily not, but she might be nervous. I feel like sometimes on a date, it's important for a man to take over if you notice that maybe the woman's either one nervous, or maybe you feel like, I don't know, I just feel like if you feel like the way she's behaving is a bit, take control of it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like, to be honest with you, for the most part on a date, it's important that a man can show his leadership skills. And it's not a leadership skill saying, but hey, I'm going to be with you and I'm going to lead you. No, it's just that I just want you to know that whenever necessary you need me to take charge, I can. You know what I mean? But with this guy, Michael, he was too busy fussed about not really.
Very interesting time going down to a fetish festival. No one told me it was a fetish festival in Atlanta, Georgia.
I tried to block it or let it pass through my ears.
All right, listen, I get it. She's saying some mad stuff, but I think rather than block it and let it flow, why don't you address it? Why don't you be like, you know what, forget addressing it. Why don't you just change the conversation? Because the thing that was most annoying about this guy, but let me not tell you. I'm gonna let Ash know. Did she say it? I'm gonna say it now in case she doesn't say it. I don't know if I said it when I did the reaction for Patreon. But either way, my biggest issue with him is that he was never giving her any energy back. Just being like very different from the women that I'm used to. That's because she's an American. Oh, she's a bit silly. And what? Like, boy, considering that he's a chef, your food must be terrible. But let's continue.
Because I'm a little bit also conservative guy, so I don't open up so quick. Now.
Okay, that's fine. It doesn't mean you need to judge her for that. You know what I mean? Maybe the issue of the date isn't actually the fact that she's so open. Maybe the issue is that you're stopping yourself from being open. To be honest with you, if you was more relaxed and you kind of try to balance out the wavelength that she's giving out, well, maybe this date will be going somewhere. But instead, you just want to be nitpicking like a little baby. God damn! No wonder why you're single.
See, you have to like do it in the right order, otherwise you'll really.
Like, my man took more interest in the cooking than he did in her. I'm not surprised that she ends up just saying anything and everything.
Mess up, yeah.
I don't know if you know, but like world peace rests on the goodness of this
dessert. This one is heat activated, whereas this one is acid activated. See, it's a chemistry.
Nah, man, this guy's gotta go. I could care less about whether she's saying the right things or the wrong things, but she came in there with very good energy. Like, she's someone who's obviously got insecurities, whatever. And obviously he doesn't know this, but either way, though, she had a good talking with Katrina, whatever. And now she's come in, she's got energy, like ready to kind of be a bit more relaxed, a bit more loose, you know what I mean? Not to be a typical self, trying to really put herself out there, and then she gets matched up with this guy. Katerina, man, you've upset me. Why are you matched up with this waste man? This waste man he's boring, he's annoying. You know what I mean? You gotta make sure you put the right one in this one and this one. Oh, shut the hell up, man. Why are you not giving attention to your dates? She's got a lovely smile. She's come in there. She's bubbly. Match her freaking energy. I mean, first for me, I always believe that it's good for a man to try and match the woman's energy on a date. But if the woman isn't giving too much energy, then it's good for you to try and bring out her energy. He's got an easy date because she's coming with the energy. You just match it. Nah, you just want to complain and simmer it down. All because you're conservative. So why are you on a date with an American then? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say not all Americans are not conservative, because that sounds a bit but I'm just saying that, like, bro, you've asked a matchmaker to find you someone. The matchmaker's gonna be to find you someone, which means, I mean, the way I look at it is this: the moment that you the moment that you asked for a matchmaker is the moment that is the moment that you're telling yourself that you're ready to kind of like not be yourself. You're ready to be someone different. You're ready to just relax and just let things flow. I just think that there's no point of getting a matchmaker if you're not open to the ideas that they may present towards you. You know what I mean? The people they may give you. You know what I mean? Because obviously the idea of a matchmaker is to put you in a situation with someone that you're not used to, in the hopes that it's going to work out better for you. Because if they give you someone that you're used to, but then you might end up with the same result. You've been given someone that is less conservative, right? Someone that's completely different to what you're used to, and now you're complaining that she's different. You're complaining that she's not conservative.
Michael is very hyper-focused on teaching me to bake this cake.
Put one of this.
Yo, just walk out. Just walk out.
One baking soda.
I don't really know anything about this guy. I'm asking all the questions, and he's not asking me any questions back.
She did end up saying it. I think you go on a date with someone that's giving you no energy back. I feel sorry for her, man. It was hard to watch. I hope that she gets a better date next time, because this guy's a waste, man. Anyway, I'm out, man. This guy's actually got underneath my skin. I'm so annoyed. Like, subscribe, peace.